Merry Christmas, everyone. I hope you all had an amazing Christmas day. We did. We had some incredible lamb in the traditional Greek style. My wife made this lamb that was just falling off the bone, and I tried to do some work afterwards, and I actually ended up falling asleep. So it was very difficult to do any work afterwards, but I did do a bit of work after. And I was updating our database and realized that we've now reached 7,800 cancer patients that we're helping. 7,800 cancer patients who are taking ivermectin, mebendazole, or fenbendazole, or various combinations thereof. We've had incredible success stories, hundreds of success stories. And when I think back to the start of the year, we had less than 1,000. We had about 940 cancer patients in our group, and it's grown now to 7,800. And I have a lot of people to thank for this incredible growth, the fact that so many people have discovered the power of repurposed drugs. Really, the first person I have to thank is Mel Gibson. In the first week of January 2025, Mel Gibson went on Joe Rogan and told the story of how 3 friends of his who had stage 4 cancer had taken ivermectin, fenbendazole, or mebendazole and are now cancer-free. And I helped one of those friends of his achieve that. And I didn't know that that was going to unleash an absolute tsunami of interest from people, from cancer patients, from families, to try to find out what this was all about and how these antiparasitics worked, how these repurposed drugs worked, and how people could use them. So it's been the busiest year of my life. And I want to thank all of you who've supported me on this journey and bringing this work to an international audience. Thank you all to those of you who've supported me on Twitter, those of you who've supported me on Substack. Our Substack is now the second most popular health Substack in the world. That's another milestone we reached in the last couple of days. We've hit number 2. And that is a big, big milestone. There are some huge names in, the top 10 health Substacks in the world. Dr. Joseph Mercola, Dr. Peter McCullough, Dr. Robert Malone, Dr. Pierre Corey, Steve Kirsch. The best of the best. And just to be in this group is an incredible honor. And it's thanks to all of your support. So thank you for that. Thank you for those of you who donated to my Gifts and Go, my legal fund, helped it raise over $300,000 to help us fend off the attacks, because we've been subjected to vicious attacks from the Alberta government of Premier Danielle Smith, who waged an absolutely horrific campaign, a war against all of these cancer patients, which culminated in a court fraud that Premier Smith's lawyers engaged in, trying to rig a court hearing in front of the public. And there were members of the public that attended that court hearing on August 15th. It was an absolute gong show, an absolute disaster. I've had 2 incredible lawyers who've helped me through this and helped us keep going so that we could keep helping cancer patients. And these are James Kitchen and Catherine Christensen, just 2 absolute warriors, incredible lawyers. So I thank them. Obviously, every cent is going to the legal counsels and to the various extortion attacks that we've suffered from the Alberta government to pay extortion costs, court costs, and all of that. So thank you to all of you who've helped me raise over $300,000 for that. I hear that we're going to be attacked again in January, and you know what? I don't care. I don't care. They can't win. They have no chance of winning. They have no chance of stopping this. The genie's out of the bottle. And it's not going back in the bottle. This is now a global phenomenon. We've got the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, committing over $60 million to cancer research with ivermectin and other repurposed drugs. That may reach $140 million. So this is not going away. I'm certainly not going away. No amount of threats is going to stop us. And honestly, I thank all the doctors who've attacked us. I thank all the big pharma bots and all the haters who've attacked us on social media. Every single attack has helped spread the word, has made people more curious and has really expanded this area of repurposed drugs in cancer. This is the cutting edge of cancer care. We are upending a $200 billion cancer drug cartel. We're destroying it. It's imploding. They know that their mRNA cancer vaccines are going to be a complete disaster if they even try to roll it out. We are the future of cancer care. And so I wanted to share with you a couple of incredible stories, heartwarming stories, because the one thing I really don't talk a lot about is that we're also helping over 100 children who have cancer. And so when we were attacked this summer by Alberta Premier Danielle Smith in court, and all these attacks on my license and all these smears from the Alberta Medical Board and the Alberta government, they were attacking over 100 children with cancer. Nobody knows that. So in addition to attacking, 6,000 adults with cancer, many of them terminally ill, the Alberta government attacked over 100 children with cancer. And we've had successes with children with cancer. So I want to read you just a couple of those stories from the parents themselves. Just a few stories, something, nice for Christmas to celebrate this year's Christmas. So this was an 8-year-old girl from New York with non-Hodgkin T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma. The girl, she's still in remission. She has not had any chemo since February, and all I've given her is 36 milligrams of ivermectin since April. She's had 2 biopsies. These are bone marrow biopsies since then, and both were negative. I'm going to provide more information as this journey progresses. This would be a great testimony to share, considering it's a pediatric patient. Lastly, I'm glad you declined that interview with the New York Slimes. This was from the parent, a parent in New York. And, I had New York Times circling me trying to get an interview. And they sent some misinformation expert, not a cancer expert. So it was not a serious interview. Obviously, I declined it. But, the New York Times trying to do a hit piece, New York Slimes, wasn't going to happen. Next story. This is a 7-year-old girl from British Columbia with an 8-centimeter chondrosarcoma tumor on her brain. She had a scan on July 8 on her brain. No new cancer had returned. Now, a lot of these brain cancers come back very quickly. Essentially, they see no cancer in her body at this point. They did a chest x-ray and there was no sign of cancer there either. They are feeling happy for her that there's no cancer, and then she will return in a few months for another scan. She was taking 24 milligrams of ivermectin and 1,000 milligrams of mebendazole, and she was on protocol from April, May, June, and July. All parts of the protocol were followed. So she's doing great. No recurrence there. Then I have a 4-year-old boy from Idaho with T-cell ALL leukemia. In September, his kidney, liver functions are good. Hemoglobin and platelets are great. There are no plans with his doctor. He is off all chemo permanently. He was set to have treatment for 3 years, and we stopped at 6 months of treatment due to decline in health and well-being from chemo. He's on ivermectin and mebendazole. Now, this is a 4-year-old boy. 18 milligrams of ivermectin, mebendazole, Coachella brand, 1,000 milligrams. He's been taking since May. There was no blast report on his labs, so no cancer detected, and overall, he's well and still in remission. His last dose of chemo was in April, and this parent is writing to me in September. The boy's doing well, still in remission. I love these stories. I honestly, these are, the best part of my day. So this is a 15-year-old boy from Ontario who had a glioma. Brief summary of the oncologist's interpretation. We were told it was a very good result with 2 remaining tumors shrinking significantly, approximately 65 to 70%. He was taking 36 milligrams of ivermectin, 1,000 of fenbin, and then Dr. M gave us a protocol of 48 milligrams ivermectin and 1,500 of mebendazole, which we did for the last 2 months. So actually, tumor shrinkage in this case, which is incredible, because these brain tumors are very hard to deal with. And finally, a 7-year-old boy from Siberia, and I looked this place up on the map. It is truly in the middle of nowhere, Siberia. I don't know how His parents found me, but they found me somehow. And he's got a brain tumor, a glioma. So the neuro-oncologist we are contacting has canceled his test and increased the interval between MRI examinations from 3 months to 4 months, so less frequently. We took 12 milligrams of ivermectin and 600 of mebendazole, and then after receiving protocol from Dr. M, we took 24 milligrams of ivermectin and 1,000 mebendazole for 3 months. In Russia, you can only purchase drugs from India. We don't have a lot of options. And so then they went on to describe how this boy was doing before he had gone on the repurposed drugs. My son drank the protocol for 3 months. Now they have a liquid version of ivermectin. During this time, an MRI scan was performed. There were no changes in size noted. The boy feels better. He has become active as before the treatment. When he was diagnosed, perhaps because of his oncology therapy, the boy became indifferent to life. He didn't play much. He sat more. Ivermectin and mebendazole gave us our son back. This is really special. This is something really special when you can help kids with cancer. I mean, that's the best feeling. That's the best feeling, you can have. And I'll tell you something. These parents, they take the children to the oncologist. They do all the recommended treatments. They do the chemo as much as the child can handle. They do the radiation therapy. I mean, they do everything. They don't, play games with the child's life. They do everything that mainstream oncology has to offer. And they only come when they really have no options left, or the mainstream treatments are not going well. And so one thing I want to tell you is that a part of me died this year, and it's more of a part of my love for Alberta died when we were attacked for our work, when these children were attacked. When Alberta Premier Danielle Smith attacked our work and went on a crusade, an absolute war to try to have us shut down this summer, before she tried to get me basically bankrupted, came after my family, threatened my family at our house, sent the police to our house and all that crap. But I mean, again, whatever, who cares? It's not about me. But when she tried to ruin the work that we were doing, it wasn't that she was just attacking 6,000 adults with cancer, many of them stage 4 who were dying. She was attacking children with cancer. And when I saw that, no one came to our side for help, other than the international community that helped me raise funds so that we could fight back legally. No one in Alberta came to us to help us. No one stood with us. Not a single freedom group in Alberta stood at our side. The Alberta independence movement didn't stand with the children. Can you imagine how big of a boost it would have been for all the people in Alberta independence, or who are fighting for Alberta independence, if they would have said, you know what, these children are being viciously attacked by the Alberta government, by the Canadian government, and that would never happen in an independent Alberta. We would never allow such a thing to happen in an independent Alberta. I mean, imagine what a boost that would have been for these so-called freedom fighters. But, they all worshipped Danielle Smith because, she gave them a referendum. And in the end, we got a fake pipeline out of it from Mark Carney, a pipeline that will never get built. And, a referendum for Alberta independence, which will never lead to absolutely anything because it's a psyop. It'll lead to absolutely nothing. And meanwhile, cancer patients are being attacked. Children with cancer are being attacked. Doctors who are doing their best, who are, standing up for patients, standing up for the Hippocratic Oath, are still being attacked by absolute criminals in the leadership of our healthcare system, whether it's Alberta Health Services or the College of Physicians or the College of Nurses. All the good doctors and nurses who were abused during the pandemic are still being abused, are still jobless, are still destitute, having their reputations smeared and destroyed by the corrupt individuals, none of whom were punished. Everyone from Fauci and Walensky on in the States, down throughout Canada, Theresa Tam, Not a single person has been punished. Not a single person was punished in Alberta. And so I didn't want to go down the negative route on this because it is Christmas, and I wanted to share positive stories that, children with cancer are getting help. But a part of me died this year, and my love for Alberta died completely when I saw that no one here would stand up for these children with cancer. No one would help. No one would stand with us. No one would come to us, to our side. And everyone was just licking the boots of a corrupt politician, a lifetime politician who's selling out Alberta to Mark Carney and is going to ride off into the sunset with millions of dollars and leave this province in ruins. So you know what? But that's life, right? Politics is dirty everywhere. So our work is going to continue. Thank you all for your incredible support. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep helping children. We're going to keep helping cancer patients. It's 7,800 now. I promise you it's going to be 10,000 in a couple of months. And next year we might cross 20,000. And maybe it's going to be in Florida. Maybe it's going to be in El Salvador. Maybe it's going to be in Panama or Costa Rica or Greece, wherever this group is going to be. We're going to keep helping more and more cancer patients. This is a global phenomenon. It's not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. So God bless you all. God bless all of you who've supported us. And we'll see you in the new year. Take care.